Hello and welcome to the London Legal Podcast, presented by Hodge, Jones and Allen Solicitors.
Welcome to Hodge, Jones and Allen's London Legal Podcast. We are delighted to present this episode during South Asian Heritage Month. In this episode, we have partner and diversity and inclusion champion Bahareh Amani. She is joined by associate Aneka Thirurajah from our criminal defence team and marketing assistant Aria Patel.
We're here today to continue our celebrations of South Asian Heritage Month. We are fortunate enough to be with Aneka and Aria. I will be asking you all a series of questions, but really I just want to start by thanking you for being here with me today and thanking you for your representations as South Asian females. South Asian Heritage Month takes place between the 17th of July and the 18th of August, and within this period of time I would like to know how each one of you celebrates, acknowledges and goes further with themselves individually and bearing in mind their past background and heritage. I'm going to start with you, Aneka. For those that don't know, Aneka Thirurajah is an associate in our crime department. She's a phenomenal lawyer, but most recently has been named as a finalist for Legal Aid Lawyer of the Year in the criminal defence category. Aneka undertakes a wide range of work. She's been at HCA since 2017 and has, I believe, started her career as a crime support paralegal, and she is with me today as an associate in the crime team. Please tell me what inspired you to be a solicitor?
I think it probably started when I had work experience when I was a teenager, and I'd done it in various law firms and chambers, and one of the places I attended was a criminal defence law firm, and I was just really intrigued by the work that the solicitors did there. I thought it was quite awe-inspiring, really, to be able to, if you're a duty solicitor, for example, go to court and not know what cases you're going to have to deal with, not know how many clients you're going to have to deal with, and just essentially sort of think on the spot and just deal with matters as and when they arise. And I thought it just seemed just quite phenomenal what they were doing, really. They were working all hours of the day, they were defending people, and especially people who were at risk of losing their liberty. And these people were, in return, quite grateful for the support and the help that they were getting, and trying to make that difference in society. I think that's something I really wanted to be a part of. So stemming from that, I went to university, I got my law degree. I then started working here at Hodge, Jones and Allen. I started as a crime support assistant and I sort of worked my way up, and I did my training contract, and I think when I started my training contract I was sort of ready to explore different areas of law and see if crime really was for me, and I think I discovered it was. I just really enjoyed the department that I was working with, the people that I was learning from, and the work that they do really is incredible work, and I wanted to be part of that change. And so I qualified into the team, and here I am today.
Brilliant. Now is 7 years later?
Yes, I think 6-7 years.
Yeah, brilliant. So just in part of celebrating South Asian Heritage Month, firstly, do you identify as a South Asian person?
I do.
Okay, great. Got the right person for the interview. So then tell me, how does this impact you?
You know, it is part of who I am. It's, I think, quite noticeable, obviously, in court with my surname. So when judges have to address me, they will call me Miss Thirurajah. And sometimes that can be a struggle in the beginning, but that is, for me, my way of breaking the ice and trying to build a rapport with the people I'm around. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But on the whole, I'm proud of being a South Asian woman. There are other South Asian women in criminal defence as well, and it's a pleasure to see.
I'd like to see more.
Yeah, it would be lovely to see more. And I think it's definitely an area of law that is easy for anyone really to get into, as long as it's something that you want to do. I appreciate it's not the most glamorous lifestyle, but I think it is an incredibly rewarding lifestyle and job to have. And the people that you meet so many different people, and I think that's one of the things I do enjoy about it. It's the client contact that you have and just learning more about other people as well.
Lovely. And do you think there's anything from your background, culture and heritage that enables you to be different to peers or colleagues, or does it give you any strengths, any weaknesses? How do you think it changes you, or does it, as a lawyer?
It's a tough question, but I think what I would say is I'm from South Asia. I'm dark skinned, and I think at times that does play into my advantage, especially at the police station when I have to represent other people of colour, especially young children. It's obviously a really tough experience for them to be in a police station, but having someone who is of colour as well, being on their side and representing them, I think it does go a long way. I want to be there to help people. Obviously, it's a really tough situation to be in when you're in custody, and if it makes them feel a bit more comfortable having me there, then yeah, I would definitely use that to my advantage.
A sense of comfort and
Yeah.
being able to do the best for your clients is so important. And then not for clients, but for potential colleagues in the future or our peers, do you have any advice for any South Asians who want to embark upon this career?
I think if this is something that you want to do, then go for it. It's a really rewarding career. No matter what you want to do, I'd say as long as you work hard and it's something that you're passionate about, then yeah, you'll go far and you'll be able to achieve what you want.
Lovely. And my last question for you is, are there any individuals in particular that have inspired you or you have taken in inspiration from them throughout your career?
As cheesy as it will sound, I will say that the people in my department have really inspired me, and they continue to inspire me. That they're part of the reason why I've been here for as long as I have. I just think we have an incredible team at HJA, and seeing how hard they work, seeing how passionate they are about defending people's rights, having the support at silly o'clock when you're at a police station and you need just general advice about how you should be advising a client, and just having sort of a sense check with someone. They're always on hand, and I think they're so incredibly supportive, and they love what they do, and that keeps me going as well. And so I think they would be the people who inspire me.
Lovely. Okay, that's really nice. Thank you so much. Thank you, Aneka. Okay, now on to Aria. We're moving away from the law because whilst Hodge Jones and Allen is a law firm, we have many other great departments. We have a great accounts department, a marketing department, and we're lucky to have a marketing assistant with us. So welcome, Aria. And I'm going to have similar questions for you, but luckily they're not going to be legal-based ones. So Aria, please tell me, what does it mean to be South Asian?
So for me, as Aneka was saying, being South Asian is very much a part of my identity, and I do feel really proud to be South Asian and to celebrate my culture and heritage.
Great. Well, how do you celebrate your culture and heritage?
So typically when there's festivals such as Holi or Diwali, I really like to go to my local temple with my family and celebrate with the local community. I'm also a big fan of Hindi films and Hindi songs. So I love to watch films where I can really recognise and celebrate our South Asian talent that we have. And I really love our music as well. So that makes me feel really proud.
So thank you for that, Aria. For those people that don't know, please do tell me what Diwali and Holi is.
So Holi is the festival of colours. So typically on that day we will throw kind of like coloured powder at each other, and it's kind of a party or a festival vibe, and we have music and nice food, and we also walk around a bonfire as well in the evening. And then Diwali is like the festival of lights. So we go to the temple, we see family, and we just celebrate together as well and have some nice food as well.
Lovely. And you referred to watching Hindi films and languages. So do I take it that you're multilingual?
So I'm Gujarati, so I understand Gujarati through going to Gujarati school when I was younger. So I do understand it and can write it and read it a little bit. And through watching Hindi films from a young age, I have picked up that language as well. So I can watch the films and understand without subtitles as well.
Brilliant. Well, that's amazing. It's great. I think seemingly from what you're saying, you build upon your culture and heritage on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah, definitely.
Brilliant. Well, so tell me about your career. What about your journey and how you got to where you are?
So I actually graduated with a literature degree. So going into the law industry is quite different to what I studied, I guess, but I found that it was very welcoming and I was able to adapt really quickly into the law industry, and I do find it really interesting, and I think I definitely belong in the law industry now. I think I've kind of really, I wouldn't say like fallen in love, but I've really enjoyed learning about all the different things and just immersing myself into the industry, really.
Brilliant. And how would you describe your experience as a South Asian in embarking upon a start of a career?
So for me, I've As I was saying before, I found it quite welcoming and I felt very comfortable actually. So it's been a really nice experience, and I think especially going into marketing within the law industry, I've been able to build up on different skills, grow my skills, and overall it's been a really positive experience for me.
Lovely. And are there any individuals, famous or non-famous, family members or non, that have inspired you and led you to be where you are?
So I would actually say Aneka is really inspiring to me. Seeing how you've kind of built up your career over the last couple of years. You were nominated for a Lally Award. I see you on a lot of press releases on our website. So yeah, you do inspire me. I really like to see how you've just built up your career and you're succeeding and you're being recognised for your achievements.
That's so sweet.
That's amazing. Thank you. Yeah, honestly, thank you. And thank you, Aneka. That's, amazing to have like a mentor in front of you.
Fellow South Asian.
That's amazing. Well, then maybe I will see if Aneka has any questions of Aria or a question, or if Aria has a question of Aneka.
Yes, I have a question for Aneka. That would be, what's been your toughest obstacle in your career so far?
I would say, I think for me, maybe like a self-imposed obstacle was getting into law. I wasn't the most academic, and so I guess I always thought in the back of my head, would I be able to become a lawyer? Because when you're at school, you're often told you need to have like A stars, A's, you need to go to a really good university. And I had pretty average grades at school. I went to like an okay university, but it wasn't like a Russell Group university or anything fancy. I got an average degree from it. I would say that in the back of my mind, I always thought, God, will I be able to become a lawyer? Like what will happen? But I think because I have worked really hard, I might not be the most academic, but I will put in time and effort, and I will just try to do what I can with what I can. That I think has helped me to get to where I am. And so, yeah, I think my biggest obstacle was probably self-belief and thinking, can I do this? And yeah, well, I mean, I've managed to become an associate and I've managed to qualify as a solicitor. So that for me was probably my biggest obstacle. And I think I've managed to overcome it.
Well, you're not just an associate, you're one of the most commended associates that I've come across at Hodge Jones and Allen, and I echo everything that Aria has also said, so thank you.
At Hodge Jones and Allen, we have a long-standing commitment to supporting diversity and inclusion in both society and within the firm. We are proud to be a social justice firm that has represented people from all backgrounds and cultures.
You've been listening to the London Legal Podcast, presented to you by Hodge Jones and Allen Solicitors.